Hi, I'm Alice.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is our bus. Good morning. So continuing the work, I took down the things holding up all the panels and one of them fell off. So up here you can see that this whole one fell down and it looks like the glue didn't press down. So definitely a drawback of using the glue style versus the foam style is the foam definitely would have filled that cavity. And on this part particularly, there's this gap here that really should be filled with foam. So I'm not sure what the best way is. I also went and I got a different one. This time I got just regular construction adhesive and it was half the price. So $4 a bottle instead of $8 a bottle, which is much more affordable. So today I guess I'm going to be repairing this one because that fell down. And then I think I'm going to work on these doors, figuring out how to get them correctly insulated. I think I'm going to do a wood frame glued around the windows and probably the edges, and then foam for the rest, and then we'll figure out trim later. But this will be a challenge. But I think glue will be the best on this door. So let's get started. Okay, so these hold the door open, but they're totally shot, but they're probably worth replacing because the way it's supposed to work is these will hold the door open right there, which I think we're gonna want because otherwise we'd have to have some other way of holding it on. I don't think they help hold it closed. No, they're just for holding it open. So these need to stay as part of the design. Another question is how to secure these doors. I already removed the exterior locks and closed those off because those were very low security ones and we never need to get into the store from the outside. So we're going to be able to close these. And I think, because this is where the kitchen counter is going to be, I think we'll just bolt on an eye bolt on both sides with a taper pin that can lock from the inside. It does have to hold it tight against it for waterproofing, so I need to plan for that. Have I mentioned how much I hate Phillips head screws? The Phillips head screw was designed as a torque limiting device before they had torque limiters built into things. So Phillips head screws are actually designed to pop this out when the torque gets too high, which is terrible for the future world that we live in. So I really hate those. I learned that from a book called The History of the Screw. There's a broken off head in that screw. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. All right, success. This is so frustrating. While I was working on other stuff, another one of these panels came down off of the ceiling. The glue is still tacky, even though it's been like 4 days since I did this. So this stuff just didn't work, which is very frustrating. So I don't know, maybe I'll put this one back up there, maybe let it cure longer, but I'm not happy with the foam board stuff. So, oh well. No. They're all backwards. It's supposed to be this way. Shoot. So I was just trying to figure out how to glue these in because it's going to take pressure to hold it against it. And I realized that I already replaced all of the hinge screws, so I can just unscrew them all, take the whole door off, and work on it flat. I think that's going to work a lot better, but I have to get it done before it starts raining again. Okay, it's heavy. So, of course, as always, projects expand into more projects. So now that I have the doors off, I realized I need to grind down the rust and get that painted. So I need to do that first. No. Yes. No. No, I should build out the doors first, so let the glue start drying, because I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to do the doors first, then do the rust, then do the spray paint, then everything should come together by the end of today. Otherwise, I'm going to need a tarp. Okay. I decided to work in here just in case it starts raining outside. So my plan is that if I glue all these in and then let them dry as long as possible, and then we'll put foam on the inside and then spray foam to fill all the gaps. And then we can put a plywood cover over the top of it. That should work fine. Okay, that worked really well. Okay. That was really good. And it used about half a bottle. And it starts to rain. That actually all went pretty smoothly. I got the door ground and painted, so it's just gonna dry now. And I've got the door on the inside with the wood glued to it. I'm waiting for that to dry. It is still sprinkling a little bit, but I think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna get some lunch and then get back to it. While I'm waiting for the kitchen door wood glue to cure enough that I can put the doors back on, I'm going to work on the front here. We don't know the final shape that all this is going to take, but we know that the foam is going to go against places like this and just cover the whole thing. So I'm going to start by just gluing that stuff on, and hopefully this glue will work well up here as well. So far so good. And then at the end of the day, hopefully before it rains, but about when it's getting dark, we'll get that door back on. This works. So it's been going pretty good, but I've learned a few lessons on how to do this. Number one is that because this has a slight curve to it, you have to make a lot of small pieces to fit that curve. Because these XPS foam panels are so rigid, they just span it and the glue can't get in between the gaps. So that's why there's so many tiny ones, and these are all going to get filled with spray foam, which will end up with one continuous insulated section. Also, to get these to stick up here, you do need a fair bit of glue. It is sticky on its own, but you don't want to go light on the quantity. There we go. So just keep doing that. Foaming everything went really well. This is one full can's worth of the big one, and I got most of these. Didn't finish that one yet. And I went with lots of tiny little mosaic style pieces. And then I also mounted this one up here to see if that will fix that. And then now the sun is setting, so I'm going to work on getting the kitchen door remounted before it gets too cold. So let's get started. I need a hand over here.
What?
I need help.
Okay, what do you need else?
Hold this door up. It should mostly be there. I have one screw halfway in. There. Okay.
Is it good? Shall I go?
I know. Yes. Okay, so this is going to go up and into here, and then I got to get 2 screws in to there. Oh, thanks. I was definitely in over my head. Turns out those were a lot heavier than I expected, so good thing Kristen and Rory came in at the right time. So I got both doors up and good. They're nice and strong now, but both of these long boards came off from the glue. So I think, oh, I realized this one is curved slightly. So what I'm going to do is cut both of them in half and then re-glue them up there. And hopefully that'll spread the load and get them flat. So try that. That's it for today. I'm pretty happy with the results. I got the behind here also done. And I got the door pretty good. So tomorrow's going to be getting the purple panel in behind everything on there. All the uppers, all the extras, the roof. There's a lot more to do. But I am almost done. Oh, and hopefully these roof panels will have cured by then, but I have my doubts. And if it is dry enough, though I think a storm is coming, I'll be able to fix the leak that is in that hole and that hole. So hopefully that'll be, but thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.